Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Monday, June 12, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link to our Patreon in the description and comments section below. Cincinnati Reds vs Kansas City Royals. The Royals have had a tough season, but they have a chance to steal Game 1 of this series at home. Zack Greinke will start for the Royals, and he has been pitching well lately. Luke Weaver will start for the Reds, and he has been inconsistent. I expect the Royals to take advantage of Weaver's struggles and win Game 1. Here are some additional details that support my prediction. The Royals are 19-34 this season, while the Reds are 27-28. The Royals have a .236 batting average this season, while the Reds have a .249 batting average. Zack Greinke has a 3.64 ERA this season, while Luke Weaver has a 5.14 ERA. Zack Greinke has allowed 10 home runs in 12 starts this season, while Luke Weaver has allowed 12 home runs in 9 starts this season. Based on these factors, I believe that the Royals have a good chance to win Game 1 of this series. The Reds have been hitting well lately, especially since Elly De La Cruz joined the team. However, their pitching has been struggling. They have the third highest staff ERA and WHIP in the majors. Luke Weaver has been inconsistent, and the Royals will be able to generate some runs against him. The Reds will also be able to score some runs against Zack Greinke, but I expect him to pitch okay and the Royals to win the game. Regardless, I expect this game to be high scoring. Here are some additional details that support my prediction. The Reds are averaging 4.3 runs per game this season, while the Royals are averaging 4.0 runs per game. The Reds have a .249 batting average this season, while the Royals have a .236 batting average. The Reds have a 5.06 staff ERA this season, while the Royals have a 4.33 staff ERA. The Reds have a 1.45 staff WHIP this season, while the Royals have a 1.31 staff WHIP. Based on these factors, I believe that this game will be high scoring and that the over will hit. Philadelphia Phillies vs Arizona Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks and Phillies are two of the hottest teams in baseball right now. The Diamondbacks are in first place in the NL West, while the Phillies are in third place in the NL East. The Diamondbacks have been more consistent this season, and they get to return home, where they have a good record. I'm taking the Diamondbacks to win on the money line. Here are some additional details that support my prediction. The Diamondbacks are 39-25 this season, while the Phillies are 31-33. The Diamondbacks have a .262 batting average this season, while the Phillies have a .254 batting average. The Diamondbacks have a 3.80 staff ERA this season, while the Phillies have a 4.37 staff ERA. The Diamondbacks are 20-14 at home this season, while the Phillies are 13-22 on the road this season. The Diamondbacks are 4-2 in the last 6 meetings against the Phillies, and they are 2-1 in the last 3 meetings at home. Based on these factors, I believe that the Diamondbacks are the better team and that they will win this game. Both the Diamondbacks and Phillies have seen a lot of high-scoring games recently, but I'm expecting a low-scoring game in this one. There are a few reasons for this. Travel. Both teams have to travel to Phoenix for this series, and they will likely be tired when they arrive. This could lead to some sluggish offense. Feeling out. This is the first game of the series, and both teams will be feeling each other out early on. This could lead to some pitchers being more careful with their pitches, which could lead to fewer runs being scored. Pitching. Both teams have solid pitching staffs. The Diamondbacks have a 3.80 staff ERA this season, while the Phillies have a 4.37 staff ERA. I expect both teams' pitchers to be effective in this game. Based on these factors, I'm taking the under. I think the total will be 8 or less runs scored in this game. Tampa Bay Rays vs Oakland Athletics. Tampa Bay is the better team and should win this game. Oakland is on a hot streak, but I think they will cool down in Tampa. The Rays are better in all areas of the game and have a good record at home. James Kaprielian is not as good as Zach Eflin, and the Rays have the best run differential in the game, while the A's have the worst. The Rays are also 21-6 during the first game of a series, and Oakland is 10-41 in their last 51 games against a starter with a WHIP less than 1.15. Here are some additional details that support my prediction. Tampa Bay has a 47-20 record this season, while Oakland has a 16-50 record. Tampa Bay has a .262 batting average this season, while Oakland has a .224 batting average. Tampa Bay has a 3.47 staff ERA this season, while Oakland has a 5.48 staff ERA. Tampa Bay is 21-6 at home this season, while Oakland is 11-27 on the road this season. Tampa Bay is 21-6 during the first game of a series this season, while Oakland is 10-41 in their last 51 games against a starter with a whip less than 1.15. Based on these factors, I believe that the Rays are the better team and that they will win this game. James Kaprielian had a good game in his last start, but his season stats are not very good. He has a 4.92 ERA and a 1.45 whip this season, which are not good numbers against the Rays' potent defense. The Rays have scored 6 or more runs in 4 of their last 8 games, and they have the most runs scored in the league. Oakland has also been scoring runs lately, but they have given up the most runs in the league. I expect Oakland to score 2 or 3 runs, but I think the Rays will score more and win the game. Here are some additional details that support my prediction. James Kaprielian has a 4.92 ERA and a 1.45 whip this season. The Rays have scored 284 runs this season, which is the most in the league. The Oakland Athletics have given up 305 runs this season, which is the most in the league. The Rays have scored 6 or more runs in 4 of their last 8 games. The Oakland Athletics have scored 5 or more runs in 5 of their last 7 games. Based on these factors, I believe that the Rays will score more runs than the Oakland Athletics and win the game. Miami Marlins vs Seattle Mariners. There is a bit of a difference offensively in the last few games between these lineups, as Miami is averaging 5.4 runs in their previous 5 games, while Seattle is scoring 4.25 runs in their last 4 games. The ability to pitch with runners in scoring position show a massive difference between these teams on the mound, as the Marlins are 11th with a .243 batting average against, while the Mariners are down at 24th with a .275 opposing batting average. Bryce Miller is coming off his worst MLB start and will be interesting to see how he bounces back. Go with the Miami Marlins to pick up a victory here. Looking at the pitcher splits throughout the season thus far, neither are really dominating. Jesus Luzardo is 3-2 with a 5.13 ERA and a .324 batting average against in 5 road starts, while Bryce Miller is 2-1 with a .238 opposing batting average, with a 4.32 ERA so far in 3 home starts. Both offenses have been doing well at hitting for power in the last month, as the Marlins have hit 25 home runs in their last 26 games, while the Mariners have connected on 27 homers as a team in their previous 25 games. All in all, go with the over as it seems to be the better option. Our total pick is over.